I'm starting my seafood trails today on board Sean O'Sullivan's fishing boat. On its way back to Castletownbere, Ireland's largest whitefish fishing port in County Cork.
This trip now, we've been out for just over 2 days. Usually we can spend up to about 3 days at sea, sometimes depending on the weather. We're just working about 20-25 miles off the shore, so nice and close to Castletownbere Harbour. With having a kind of a smaller vessel, you have to make use of every good day available to make a living.
And Sean, how long have you been a fisherman?
I'm fishing now 25 years in a couple of different boats. This boat now, we bought the boat, a partner of mine, myself bought the boat about 15 years ago, so we've just bought 15 years now. Yeah.
What kind of fish would you be going out, hopefully, to get?
Depends on the season. Usually this time of year now would be mostly trawling, which is twin rig trawling we do. So we're working 2 nets around June time onwards, and we'll be working kind of more tangle nets, netting for turbot and monk and stuff. Usually earlier on in the year then we'll be gill netting, we'll be doing for hake and stuff like that, and pollock.
And tell me a little bit about the co-op.
The Co-op is one of the largest fishing organisations in Ireland. It is very reliable all hours of the day for landing, friendly for small boats if they're coming in the middle of the night or something. There'll always be someone there to take fish off you. It's great, especially when the weather's fine, when you want to come in and land and go back out again.
All the fish that you've caught today will go into the co-op, will it?
Yes, all the fish today we caught will be on the floor inside in the auction hall to be weighed today. Yeah.
And then will you go back out to see them with your crew?
Yeah, we'll be back out to sea as soon as we can because the weather's fine. When the weather breaks again, like we could be up to a couple of weeks tied to the wall.
Castletownbere has a very, very strong fishing community. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's a tight-knit community because, like, everyone knows each other. We're out in the peninsula. You know, it is fishing mostly based is the livelihood here of most people, and we all kind of help each other out. Every time you come to the pier, there's always something happening. There's foreign fleets coming inside, or there's always some activity happening inside Castletownbere, so it's kind of a busy area.
Sean, thank you very much for having me in your trawler. I wish you good, happy fishing. Gentlemen.
Thanks for being on board.
Once back at the harbour, Sean's catch is lifted out of the boat onto the quayside. Within 2 days, this fish could be served in your local restaurant or sold in a Spanish supermarket. Sean's fish boxes are labelled to identify which boat they came from and then taken immediately to the co-op. The co-op has been run by John Nolan for the past 35 years, and he's one of the most respected people in the fishing industry in Ireland.
The co-op was started 50 years ago by 6 fishermen, and the main reason that they came together was to buy fuel, to try and get a cheaper price. But then they developed after about a year into marketing, and the co-op is owned 100% by fishermen. Any boat that lands to us for 2 years can apply for membership, and they just come in a co-op structure. Whether you have 100 shares or 1 share, it's one man, 1 vote.
And this is the oldest co-op in Ireland?
It is the oldest fishing co-op in Ireland. We have 64 boats. We have boats in Union Hall, Baltimore, boats in Crosshaven, Kinsale, Kerry, Galway. We sell their fish all over the world: Ireland, Spain, France, Germany, Italy. As a co-op, we employ 120 people, but our boats also employ 380 people at sea. 95% of our economic survival down here is totally dependent on fishing.
John, what was caught this morning? Because when I was there, I saw a lot of monkfish.
So monkfish is one of the species that we supply to Mercadona. The fish has been packed whole. And the label, like you have it in Portuguese and Spanish, like because Mercadona are based in both those countries. But Spanish people like to see whole fish. An Irish person will only use the fillet, whereas they will use the tail to make soups. They will use the head. They will use the cheeks.
I saw hake there, and I think ray wing.
Yeah, we had ray, we had hake, we had some black sole like this morning as well. We had some whiting, we had some cod, we had some white pollock. Hake is something that we really have developed in Ireland over the last 3 or 4 years. 5 years ago, like, we might be selling 10, 20 boxes, but most weeks now we will sell 500 to 1,000 boxes of hake in Ireland.
Now, prawns are a big part of your business too. Tell me about that.
Prawns is something that we started about 5 years ago, and it's a frozen at sea product here, like, and the main market for this is Italy, where they actually eat it raw. They eat it as sushi. These are the prawns, like what you call it. And at sea, we have 18 boats that process them. We supply one restaurant chain in Italy, and they supply 38,000 restaurants with 10,000 products, one of which is our prawns. Look at the colour here, like, and you can see it's quite red. An Italian can see by looking at this red that it's being caught in the deep, and he'll pay more money for that.
Now, where were these caught?
These were caught in the Porcupine Bank, which is about 100 miles southwest of Castletown Bear. And because they're freezing the product at sea, they can stay out like for about 10 days.
It's a wonderful success story what you've achieved and what you're doing here in Castletown Bear. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you, Niven. Thank you.
Today on my food trails, I'm in West Cork, and I'm starting in Baltimore to go fishing for common prawns, or pink shrimp, as they're sometimes called, with Corny Bahan. We don't eat a lot of this type of prawn in Ireland, but they love them on the continent, and we export 250 tonnes every year, more than half of the EU's total catch.
Great.
This is the first for me, shrimp fishing.
First time?
Yeah, never done
Oh,
it.
fantastic.
So how far are we going out now here? Tell me where we're going.
We're only going to go out and haul maybe one short string now this morning. We've about close to 400 pots. We take the shrimp to Castletown Bear,
Of course.
to Shellfish, Delamere and
Yeah.
Aranova.
Yeah.
They collect them from us here.
And what time of the year do you go out in the boats catching shrimp?
It starts on the 1st of August. For us in the harbour, it usually finishes in mid-November.
And is there a good time of the day? Is it evening, morning?
We usually go out early because they're collected every day, maybe between 1 and 3. We have to try and get in as many pots as we can in that much time.
And on a good day, how many pots would you get in?
We usually haul about 200.
And who helps you?
My son there, Paddy,
Paddy.
he
Yeah,
usually
Paddy, good
comes
man.
home every year. He spends most of his time in New Zealand.
Does he?
Pick you up the boy there now, Paddy.
Oh, you can see them?
You can see them hopping.
Look at this.
Yeah,
It's like they're dancing.
they're dancing away.
So what bait do you feed them?
We usually put blue whiting in. These are the blue whitings.
What, is there a hook to hold on
There's
to
a
them, is
hook
it?
to hold them on inside, yeah.
Yeah.
They go in this
Yeah, in
little
there.
hole here and they can't get out then.
Ah,
Because it's kind of cone shaped inside.
okay.
So when they go in, they can't come back out. There's a few there already. You've got a mixture.
So every time you pull a pot out, you put the bait back in and then
That's
it's ready
right,
for... When did these go down? Yesterday?
2 days ago.
See you later,
So
Marvin.
we leave them there now again for another 2 days.
So every 2 days.
Every 2 days we kind of rebait them. You get really good shrimp when the water is
Yes.
clear as well. You know, it's fantastic down here.
So where do these shrimps go to? Exported or an Ireland market?
The majority of these are exported to France and Spain. I wouldn't know the exact percentage, but
Around
I'd say
95%.
95%.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, very few Irish eat them.
The meat is so sweet.
It's sweet. Every week we'll take home maybe a kilo of them, cook them up, have them on warm, just on brown bread, you know, straight out of the pot on some soda bread and butter
That's why you come back from New Zealand.
for the
That's
golden
it.
harvest.
Over 50% of Europe's shrimp are caught in Ireland,
Is that right?
which is incredible. Yeah. Are you happy with your haul? So is that
That's
what you
good enough, yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
So we'll shoot all these back now. About 4 fathom, which should be about 24 feet between each pot. Sometimes you might change to a different patch of ground, you know. If you thought this was overfished, it's good to give it a break at times.
So the whiting's already in it.
The blue whiting's in it, ready for it to fish for another couple of days. That should be enough to get a few shrimp in the pots.
I can't believe how close we're to the shore here.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a grater from BIM. It's an
Okay.
8mm grater. You shake the shrimp over the side and all the small ones will go back into the water here. It's crucial for sustainable fishing and you get a better price for your shrimp as well, you know, if the small ones aren't there. But it's all about sustainability and fishing for the future. Pour a few of them in here, maybe half. Yep. Put them or hold them down there.
Out of the way.
We'll just put them on the side here and shake them like that. You see the small ones going down, you know?
The seagulls are here for their dinner.
They know what's coming. So you got the majority of the small ones are gone there now.
Yeah, and then they go back in there.
Back in here,
Excellent.
pick whatever else is left.
So how much catch do you think you got there?
We have about 1.5 kilos there to 2 kilos now. They're very good quality.
So lads, before the rain comes on, we'll take them ashore and we'll cook some. Thanks
That's
so
great.
much.
We're very good for our set.
Absolutely
You're
lovely.
very welcome.
Thank you.
You work hard.